This is a bad one, man. This is going to be painful. What is the guys? This is Cobb. And welcome to a whole bunch of champions that I actually straight up regret maxing and regret building on my main account. Oi, 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 oi. More than anything, I'm really interested to see if anybody else, maybe you watching this video, have built out any of these champions yourself and how you found them on your account, man. How much work are they getting done for you? Because I gotta tell you the truth, man. The very first champion we're gonna start off with is a champion that's gonna be a little bit controversial and a little bit of a zinger. And above all else, Ash is gonna he's just gonna hate me for it, man. It's gonna be Scylla the Drakes, man. Ooh. Before we get into why, real quick, here's how to earn 25% cashback on every single purchase that you make inside of Raid Shadow Legends. This is not a joke, man. All you've got to do is click on the Aptoide link. It's down below this video at the top of the video description box. For Android users, you can simply tap on this link. For PC and Mac users, you're going to want to use BlueStacks. Using that link will bring you to this page right here. And from here, you then want to either download or update Raid Shadow Legends using this page. Once you've done that using this very same page, you want to use the search bar to go ahead and find the Aptoide wallet and go ahead and download that as well. You want to head into the settings of your Aptoide wallet. You want to then go ahead and add a payment option and verify that payment option. You also want to go ahead and use the promo code menu in your Aptoide wallet to use promo code COB for an extra 5% cashback on every purchase. And then that is it. All you're doing from there is launching Raid on your Android or on BlueStacks. Go right ahead and make your first in-game purchase. You will see that your Aptoide wallet is now linked up to your payment methods inside of Raid, and you'll also see how much of a purchase bonus you're going to get, which is your cashback that you're going to get straight into your Aptoide wallet. Again, it all starts by clicking on the Aptoide link that's down below at the top of the video description box. Make sure to get that done, and remember to use promo code COB inside of your Aptoide wallet for that extra 5% cashback. Get it while it's hot. Okay, man, Scylla the Drake. She's a great champion. Let me just preface it with that, man. I really like Syl. I think that she's awesome. I think that she's very, very versatile. Decrease speed, 10 meter decrease on the A1. That's all lovely. Double hitter AoE. Places stun on the A2, revive, some healing on the passive as well, which is great. Makes her amazing in a relentless set, which I have her in myself. Solid champion, but here's the thing. Syl doesn't need bucks. Okay, Syl doesn't need bucks. The only reason my Scylla the Drakes is fully booked was for a video, man. I wanted to see how high I could push her damage. Spoilers, not very high. Okay, it wasn't worth the investment, but the things we do for content, you know what I mean? And so now we've got this fully booked Scylla the Drakes that, even though she's fully booked, even though she's in pretty good gear, I think, she just kind of doesn't do anything. I don't use her anywhere. Not a single place in this game do I use Scylla the Drakes. That's just how much of a waste those legendary skill books were, okay? Reason for this, and like a warning that you can bear in mind in your own account, when it comes to maxing up champions, my Barbarian faction stacked, okay, ridiculously stacked. We've got the Odin, okay, we've got the Freya, we've got the Thor, we've got the Archer Queen, we recently pulled Alsgore, we've got Dune Lord Gregor, and then of course even Haikatune can offer some value as well, but even then Haikatune wasn't being used already before I maxed out my Scylla the Drakes, so Scylla the Drakes was just kind of thrown on top of a legion of incredibly good champions already. And so that is something to bear in mind, man. If you've got a faction that's just absolutely bloody stacked, I don't care how new and shiny your new toy is, right? A new champion that you happen to pull or whatever, that, it could be fun to build that champion out, Really consider, are you actually going to use that champion, man? Are you going to use that champion in things? If that champion doesn't even make the grade for faction wars for that faction, and it's not going to displace anybody from your faction wars team for that faction, then bro, think twice, or think thrice even, about booking that champion. Unless, of course, you're booking that champion up for an episode of Busted or Bad, like I did with Syl. Next champion on this list, man, is going to be a bit of a callback to anybody who's been subscribed to this channel for a long time. You already know where I'm going with this, man. You already know where I'm going with this, man. It's King Garog. It's King Garog, man. Oh my god, look at his reviews. Normally, I talk a lot of crap about in-game reviews. Oh, just ignore them. Don't worry about the in-game reviews, okay? The in-game reviews, they're all nonsense, they're all biased, they're all either overhyping a champion or underrating a champion. Pay no attention to the in-game reviews. Unless it's for King Garog, because this guy sucks. King Garog is not good, man. Even after his buffs, okay? He was buffed quite recently. I didn't even know what they buffed him with. it was that unimpactful, I don't even remember what they buffed him with. I think they give him a bit more, like, ignorance of defense. Like, he ignores a bit more defense. Ignorance of defense. That's like the worst way of saying ignore defense ever. But okay, he brings a double hit to A1, you know, chance to play stun. Chance increases to 75% if the target's 10 meters higher than 50%. Fair enough, he just gains damage from books on this A1, so you can understand why I stopped booking him. I booked up King Garruk, by the way, when I was still a very, very new player in this game. He was like the second or third legendary that I pulled. I thought, well, you know what, man, how bad can he be, right? He's a legendary, he deals damage. Can't be that bad. Oh. Again, I don't even use this guy in Orc Faction Wars, man. Hang on, did I just tell a lie? Do I use him in Orc Faction Wars? God, I don't. Okay, yeah, I do. What am I talking about? Yeah, okay, I do use him in Orc Faction Wars. But as soon as I have to go up to level 60, I won't be using him. If it fails out instantly, I'll just use Zagala as the main damage dealer, you know? So his days are numbered. I haven't built out in a bunch of hand-me-down gear. He doesn't really do anything with his kit besides smack stuff. He does have the stun on the A1, but he's got a quad hitter on the A2. Each hit ignores 20% of the target's defense. Each crit has a 50% chance to decrease the cooldown of his A3 by 110. Which it better do because it has a 410 cooldown, right? Attacks all enemies, ignores some defense. Sure, like, great, you know, this thing does kind of smack. The problem is that when he's not using his A3, he's doing nothing. And you'll be shocked and astounded at just how unoften this A2 actually triggers the cooldown reduction. And moreover, like, the thing about King Garruk, where do you use him? Where do you actually use him, man? Because he brings no utility at all, even just in the basic dungeons, right? The most basic content in the game. There's just no use for a King Garruk. You can use him as like an out-and-out nuker against Darkfire, but he doesn't bring decreased speed, doesn't bring decreased defense, doesn't decrease 10 meter. He relies completely on the rest of the team to bring utility. He just brings raw damage. Okay, could he be used as like a Hydra damage dealer? Well, not really. Like a Royal Guard is better than a King Garruk by a lot. A Husk is better than a King Garruk by a lot because they bring a little bit of utility plus max HP damage as epic champions, you know, into Hydra. So you're not using him there either, dude. I don't know. I just didn't know enough, okay? I just didn't know. I was too much of a noob when I threw these bucks into King Garruk. And it just is what it is, okay? I apologize to the entire raid community. Next up, another legendary champion, because, you know, the legendaries are the most painful ones to kind of misbuild. When you build a legendary champion and then realize, oh, I don't have anywhere to use this guy, it really, really stinks. Now, I tell you what, man, this is part of the Demon Spawn faction, and this is a big screw-up that I made. First of all, I pulled Vulcanos. He didn't always have this soul. In fact, he very, very recently got this soul. I haven't even attached his blessing yet. I got Vulcanos. I thought, oh my god, I need like a good, reliable HP banner for my Demon Spawn faction, dude. That's what I need, man. So he has as many faction allies as possible, and he can bring HP burners, and he can activate all these extra counter attacks. Is he going to be ignoring defense? Oh, Vulcanos, it's going to be amazing, you know. So who did I fully build? Tyrant Ixlamore. Now, this champion on his own, not the worst champion in the world. He's got some use into Ice Golem. Brings ally protection, increased defense on all allies on a 310. Not bad. Brings an A2 that places HP burn on all enemies. For some reason for 3 turns, even though he's got a 310 cooldown on it. A little bit curious, but whatever, man. It's a long duration HP burn on everybody. I thought, you know what, I'm going to get some use out of this guy, man. Only then did I realize, did the hype wear off, and I didn't have this 6-star perfect soul for Vulcanos, and I just wasn't using Vulcanos in like almost any area of the game, because all of my other damage dealers, like my Thor and stuff like that, they all had like 5-star souls, and so they were hitting much harder and being much more effective than Vulcanos. And so I never ended up using the Vulcanos Tyrant kind of combo in any area of content in the game, okay? And then it gets even better, because I pulled Sikia. Dude, is it Sikia or Sishia? Sikia, probably Sikia Flame Tongue, right? I pulled Sikia, right? And she's just like a billion times better as an HP banner, man, than Tyrant Ixlamore, dude. She places the HP ban, then attacks all enemies, okay? Grants an extra 10 if the HP ban debuff is placed on all enemies, so lovely little extra 10 effect right there. She also brings an attack all enemies, place weaken and decrease defense against HP burning enemies on her A2, then instantly activate HP ban debuffs on each target and decrease the duration of those HP ban debuffs by 110. Bro, like, she's infinitely better for the HP burn roll into things like Hydra and stuff anyway than the Tyrant is ever gonna be, and just an infinitely better Demon Spawn champion to pair up with Vulcanos in basically all areas of the game, like all content where I can use these guys together. be it Faction Wars or Citranos or whatever. Like, she's always going to be the better partner. And so now I'm left with this tyrant that I've put like 8 or 9 books into that I don't use anywhere. And I probably never will use him anywhere unless like an event dungeon comes out or something that relies on, I don't know, very specific things that only he can do, you know? I'm just sort of stuck with the guy now, and I didn't use him in any serious content anywhere, even for just a small amount of progression. Like, he was utterly worthless in every way. And so there you go. I suppose the lesson to learn from Tyrant is going to be, just because you've got a shiny new toy on your account, make sure it fits into an existing team and will give you instant progress on that team before you go ahead and pull the trigger and actually get them fully booked on up, because plans can change, and suddenly then a fully booked up legendary champion that you once had good intentions for and that you were planning on using just gets cooked before you even get to use him on your account when you pull a better option, you know, which is exactly what happened here. Next up, man, a champion that this one's embarrassing. I don't even want to cover this champion, dude. I don't even want to cover this champion, dude. I'm going to force myself to, though, for you guys, okay? If any experienced players watching this, oh my god, man, you're going to come hunt me down in real life, man. It's not even funny. A champion that I took, I mean, I want to say about a year to, like, actually start using on my account, and even when I had him fully booked, I just didn't use him for some reason. I don't know what was wrong with me. I don't know if I just had this idea in my head that it was always better to have like an AoE damage nuker ahead of everything. Like, an AoE damage nuker was always going to be better than a single target damage nuker. I had Rotos booked on my on this account, and I just didn't use him for the longest time ever. This is a champion that I'm fixing that with recently. He's not in the best gear on my account. I would still say that. He's in some like cruel gear here and there. His crit damage could be a lot better and stuff. He's in some hand-me-down gear still, but I'm making an effort to use this guy now, man. So this is an indication where I'm actually setting this right a little bit. This was a champion that I had on my account. I just didn't see why he was so good, man. What's the big deal? Rotos to the Lost Room. And I tell you what, man, with champions, especially PvP champions, arena, live arena, that kind of thing, sometimes you've got to get your ass kicked multiple times by a champion before you think to yourself, I've got that champion in my vault. Why am I not building that champion, man? And Rotos, for me, was like the ultimate example of that champion. So over the past couple of months, I have been, well, again, he's in hand-me-down gear and stuff, but I'm making an effort to actually get to using him. I use him in my classic arena team for the time being. And dude, I see it. I see it. Even in hand-me-down gear now, his ability to kill through unkillable and block damage is just great. He gets the extra 10. It's just, okay, I see it now, man. I see why he's so good. And so if I'd made this video a couple of months ago, Rotos the Lost Groom would have been on this list as a champion I just wasn't using, and I wouldn't have even had a good reason for it, man. How terrible is that? But he's one that I'm setting the record straight with here and now, man. Another champion that I regret building and bucking on up on this main account is gonna be Packmaster Shayak. Oh, for God's sake, Plarium, where is the Hound, man? Just where is it? They've teased it a couple of times now as well recently. Like, come on, man. I've had this guy fully booked, or almost fully booked at least, on this account now for the longest time. Those books could have, like, at the time, those books could have went into something that actually helped me progress. I got overexcited. I thought, oh my god, Packmaster Shayak's come out as the legendary fusion. Surely the Hound's coming within the next 2 or 3 months. Screw it, I'm going to get him booked, I'm going to commit, and I'm going to be ready for when the Hound drops. 1 year later. Okay, probably not 1 year later. It feels like 1 year later. It's been a hell of a long time. The Hound is still not here. How can I not regret max building and max booking out my Packmaster Shayak at this point? Don't use him anywhere. Next up, a champion that's a little bit up in the air for the time being is going to be Thea Tomb Angel. By the way, love this champion. Can I just say the aesthetic on this champion? Absolutely incredible. Very, very cool. Very, very grimdark. Love it, right? Don't have any red stars. Don't have any, like, awakening stars on Thea, the Tomb Angel. Got her fully booked up anyway, and the idea behind that is, well, first of all, she's helping out with Faction Wars, which is fine. Is she worth fully booking on up? That's something that I'm going to discover very, very soon, man. I'm going to be doing a video very, very soon, testing her out in just all areas of content. She's going to be a feature in the Busted or Bad series on this channel very, very soon. Just seeing if she's worth her weight in gold. Is she actually worth booking on up? She is technically a free legendary champ, right? That you get from just farming hard mode Doom Tower secret rooms, and so everybody's going to get themselves a Thea the Tomb Angel for free. We're going to be covering, is she worth building out? How effective can she be in like some of the best gear on your account? Into things like Hydra. She brings attack all enemies, hex debuff against enemies as well on a double hitter attacking in at random. And so having another champion on the team and maybe a cursed set might help her out with getting more uptime on these hex debuffs, which are crucial for her attack all enemies A2. Damage increases by 50% for each hex debuff on the enemy team, and she also buffs herself up as well with Perfect Veil. 3 turns, getting an extra 10 on this A3 also. So she's quite an interesting champ in how simple she is. Is she worth booking up? I feel like she's probably not going to be worth it. That's my estimation. I think that she's not going to be worth it, but I booked her up anyway, again, for a video. Is anybody here built Thea the Tomb Angel? How have you found her on your own account? I'd love to hear about that one as well. And so there you have it, man. And hey, man, before I leave, quick reminder, make sure that you are getting your up to 25% cashback on every single purchase that you're making in Raid Shadow Legends. All you gotta do, man, is click on the Aptoid link down below. Use that link to download or update Raid Shadow Legends. Download the Aptoid wallet while you're there. Set up your payment option, verify your payment option, and then anytime you launch Raid Shadow Legends on your Android device or on your BlueStacks, you'll be getting that juicy cashback completely for free anytime you make an in-game purchase.